3 flavors of BULDAK ramen in one sitting, and it's all to review the newest flavor that has been introduced into my life, the habanero lime flavor. And each bowl will have toppings, as a matter of fact, steamed dumplings as the toppings. And boy, oh boy, good times are going to be had. And it's going to be a spicy time, and by the time I'm recording this, we're near the month of December and also near Thanksgiving. But however, this 3-meal challenge, 3-flavor challenge, is gonna basically help me. Don't roll the intro!
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Hopefully things are going well for you guys. As for me, welcome to the Gamer Man's Lounge, and yes, it's going to be a food challenge and a food review because we're going to be comparing the 2 flavors of BULDAK that has been showing up more in retail stores than ever. That is the original BULDAK and the Carbonara BULDAK, and then for the last, we're going to be trying out the Habanero Lime BULDAK. It's going to be a wild time, and yes, for the toppings, it's going to be the Bibigo steamed dumplings that I got a hold of. So there will be a topping in each bowl. So, yeah, this is me running the gauntlet and trying the latest and see which one's the spiciest or which one's the least, and are the flavors really good at the end of the day. So with that totally said, let's get right on going to our first bowl. I made some makeshift aluminum foil bowls. And yeah, original BULDAK. Okay, so original BULDAK, the Bibigo dumplings have a dipping sauce that is included. That's the dipping sauce. So this is the dumplings right here. Dipping sauce. All meals come with a drink. It is a tea that was sitting in the fridge, so it should be already cold with no need for ice. So, yeah. Alright. Let's dig in. Now, rather than watching me, like, eat and then cut away, I'm going to go ahead and eat while I say a bunch of things, and then that's the thing. Now, the dumplings are each chicken and vegetable, because it is basically a chicken flavor when it comes to the BULDAK at the end of the day. BULDAK is a chicken flavor ramen, so it is what it is. So, as you can see here, this is the original BULDAK, and got to get the dumplings in there. So here I go. Chicken and vegetable dumplings on top of a chicken flavored ramen. Not bad. Will BULDAK make a beef flavor? I don't know. But what flavor would beef fit in when it comes to the world of BULDAK? I think the original beef, or actually maybe the teriyaki, there should be a teriyaki chicken and a teriyaki beef BULDAK. But the carbonara, I don't know, but I think the beef would go well with, but I know there's cheese. That would be cool. Or maybe the beef flavors can be spinned off into their own, with probably a couple common. Probably the original. So there's that. Dang. That is good. It packs a punch. It is very spicy. So the original flavor is, it already has the spiciness, and the spiciness kicks in really good. So you are getting the original BULDAK sauce. So it is what it is. Now, the original flavor is more focused on the spiciness rather than adding unique flavors like carbonara, but it does have a flavor, and it's a good flavor. And, yeah. So, the original, you'll be... You know what? As soon as you start trying other flavors of the Buldak, the situation here is that will you appreciate the original flavor Buldak more, or will you just go to the other flavors more than the original? Which is kind of an interesting flavor. However, I will go ahead. You cannot, don't knock on original. It is good. So, I will go ahead and say 4.2 out of 5. I will say that. The spiciness is really kicking in, but it's really keeping me warm. It's keeping me heated off. You know, it's a good time for me to start doing it in the winter time. Eating Buldaks and all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. The spiciness kicking my ass right now. But anyway. But no, seriously. Speaking of introducing spicy foods or eating spicy foods in the winter, guess what one fast food joint that I was about to say, one restaurant. Subway. They introduced their ghost pepper subs, but they did it around October, and they did it around October and November. So they did that when the weather was starting to cool off, and that ended up making a lot of sense. Unlike Burger King introducing the fiery menu in the middle of summer, when there's areas that are dealing with excessive heat. That, I don't know what they were thinking. But that fiery chicken sandwich was good, though. I'll give them that. And the fiery Whopper. But make it a limited time when other people have their competitors. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing. It is what it is. But yeah. You know what? Let me grab a dumpling here. And then, I'll go drown it in that sauce. Oh yeah, it almost got lost in the sauce. And then... Alright. I got nothing else to say. Cutting the recording off and then finishing. Okay, and now on to the next flavor, which is the Carbonara Buldak. So, yes, got the dumplings on top. Like I said, it's all going to be topped with the dumplings. I'm going to go ahead and let this soak in the dipping sauce. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. I'm not going to say anything until I try it, even though I ate it multiple times. The original, too. Okay, so let's just see, because my word may be outdated. Probably not. We are talking about Buldak, are we kidding? Come on. But I am trying to... I will go ahead and say... Okay, so the carbonara, it's a creamy flavor. It's really creamy. Now, does the creaminess make it less spicy? I don't think so. And even if so, it's just going to be like a tiny decrease in spiciness. But it is I don't know. Some of you guys may say, oh, hey, it's less spicy. Or, oh, it makes it a little bit less spicy. But if you want my honest opinion here, it is still spicy, but not as spicy as the original Buldak. So if we're talking about the creaminess of the carbonara, does it really affect the spiciness? I don't think so. Has that nice creamy flavor. But there's times where it makes it less spicy, and there's times where it just makes it a tiny less spicy. But at the end of the day, it is spicy, but not much spicy compared to the original Buldak. It is very creamy. It's still spicy, okay? It still packs that punch in terms of spiciness, but it also packs a punch in that really creamy flavor. If you want my honest opinion here, it adds a slightly sweeter flavor. If you want my honest opinion here, it's more focused on the creaminess compared to the original Buldak. Okay, why am I dropping the dumplings? I'm getting awfully clumsy here. Not good. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. No, get me. Yeah, that's right. Do it. Okay, here we go. It's good. It's really good. It has its unique richness, to say the least. So, it's still spicy, but it does have that rich, creamy flavor. Now, keep in mind, I haven't tried the creamy carbonara yet, so it could be level 2 creamy when it comes to the creamy carbonara compared to this carbonara that I'm trying. But at the end of the day, I'm getting distracted with something, I'm sorry. But anyway, back to my conversation. Yeah, I accidentally spelt some of the original Buldak on the floor, and I am trying to pick that up with I'm trying to use my feet instead, rather than hands, since I'm going to need those 2 hands. So, yeah. My feet's going to be dipped in that spicy sauce, because I keep missing. But I do have a wipe that's like blocking out. So, yeah. So I will go ahead and say, impressive, to say the least. And, yeah. It's creamy, it's rich, but it is still spicy at the end of the day. Alright. But it is still spicy. It still packs that spicy punch. Okay? So don't underestimate the spice. Buldak at the end of the day is meant to be spicy. So it is what it is. Now let's try the dumpling after it's been drenched in that dipping sauce. Look at that. Really good. Really good. Very good. I will go ahead and say 4.8 out of 10 on the carbonara. I will go ahead and say that. The last bowl of Buldak for this video, and the latest flavor introduced in my life, Habanero Lime. It is taking on quite a interesting color shift towards a darker color in terms of the noodles. Look at that. Like, it is record-breaking compared to Buldak Original and Buldak Carbonara. So, these noodles have a darker color for a reason. And we are talking about Habanero Lime Buldak, so yes, it is what it is. So I am going to go ahead, dump on this dumpling, and... Oh my... Dang. Burst it out. Crazy. I'm going to let some of that dipping sauce get inside. And, yeah, I will go ahead. The dumplings are good. Really good. I'm going to go ahead and give, like... I'm going to try one. They go great on top of your ramen. They're a good topping. So I will go ahead and say absolutely a 4.8 out of 5. Especially with the sauce. They're good. They're really good. But this is where we go ahead and here we go. Okay, I can feel that lime flavor kick in, but the habanero part of the flavor is kicking in right now. So it's the Buldak sauce mixed with habanero and lime. And yeah, I will go ahead and say it should be the spiciest. And it's definitely the spiciest, but the sweetest at the same time because you have that lime addition into there. So you do have that citrusy flavor, which is really good. But habanero and spiciness should go off the roof. Unless the lime absolutely, like, downgraded the spiciness level, which could be a suspicion of mine. But then again, I'm not going to underestimate spiciness. For all we know, the spiciness could kick in. And it could kick my ass. I will say that. But yeah. It is very... It has that habanero spiciness. It has that sweet lime taste. Okay? And I think I underestimated the word sweet when it came to the carbonara. It's a creamy and rich flavor. If you want a sweet flavor, you want to go for the habanero lime. I will go ahead and say that. So I think that would have been better if I said rich and creamy when it came to the carbonara buldak. But the lime, the sweetness, is it really decreasing the... The flavor should really... The spiciness should kick in right about now. Unless I've gotten used to habanero. But I can feel the habanero. I think it probably has something to do with the fact that I've been trying spicier. That could be the case. It's not like the Carolina Reaper or the Ghost Pepper. Yeah. I will go ahead and say the spiciness is impressive. I did try, but the spiciness of the habanero should be kicking in. Habanero. Pardon. Yeah, it has that tangy, sweet flavor, to say the least. But I really have no idea why I'm barely feeling anything, and even though when I'm feeling something, it's like an aftertaste. But I will go ahead and say, impressive. The habanero is very impressive in terms of spiciness, but I will go ahead and say the spiciness level is doing its job, keeping me warm. It's doing good. So the habanero is definitely very spicy. Oh yeah, I can feel the kick. There's that kick. But I guess I've tried spicier stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean underestimate it. And then you mix it with that lime, and then you have that tangy, sweet flavor. So I will go ahead and say a 4.7 out of 5. 4.7 out of 5. Nah, put it at a 4.8 out of 5. 4.8. Not bad. Go ahead and get that done and dealt with. Ah, yes. Look at that. It's impressive. Hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's not spicy. It is spicy. But hey, 4.8. Credit where credit's due. Whew. Oh wow, feeling that brain freeze. Hold on. Okay, it is time to finalize my food review ratings. Now, my food review ratings are going to be on a scale of 1 to 5, so if I accidentally said out of 10, please disregard that. The scale is between 1 and 5. Okay, for the original Buldak, I will go ahead and say the finalized overall rating, 4.6 out of 5. For the Carbonara Buldak, 4.8 out of 5. That is the finalized rating. And the Habanero Lime, 4.8 out of 5. And that is the finalized ratings for the 3 flavors of Buldak. Hopefully, more flavors will start showing up more in the future. Okay, that would be nice. But I will go ahead and say, delicious. The Buldaks, they're very addicting. They're very spicy. They're really good at keeping you very warm. So, it is what it is. And I did went for a refill, which is a half tea, half lemonade. And I... Oh, splashed some in my face. Gave myself a brain freeze that kicked my ass way more than the Buldak ramens. That's irony. But hey, it is what it is. They're really good. I absolutely recommend Buldak. I recommend the original, I recommend the Carbonara, and I recommend the Habanero Lime. So I will go ahead and say, impressive to say the least. And, yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's just it. That's all I gotta say. That's all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.